Hi, Devin.
Hi.
Hi. Thank you for, I'm Jennifer. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I just wanted to say thank you for sitting down with us and allowing us to interview today about the way home. Much appreciated.
Of course.
Um, so we'll start off here. How did you learn about the way home? Were you already a fan of this show?
I didn't know anything about The Way Home. Sadie and me are from the same kind of like I knew she existed in Toronto, and so I think a friend of a friend, I had seen that she was on The Way Home, but I had never watched it. So when I got my audition, I just kind of went with my gut, and the guy who helped me read, he had seen the show, and so he gave me a couple pointers. But then once I got the call back, then I was like, oh my goodness, Kate, I really got to invest and see what's going on here. So then I started watching the first two seasons, and I was just blown away. And I found it pretty heavy and sad. And I thought that it was interesting because when I read Evelyn without knowing the context of the show, I really found her to be quite light and energetic. And then later to find out that that's exactly what the show needed. So I felt very lucky that through intuition, I kind of came around to finding the part in the best way possible, I think.
Well, you do an absolutely fantastic job as Evelyn, it shows. And even though she's been through some heartbreak, seeing her beloved Colton fall in love with her friend.
So sad. I know, I know. Honestly, it's funny because the way that we were given each script was pretty much week by week. So we, just like fans are discovering every single episode, that's kind of how we were given it as well. So I didn't know what Evelyn's journey was. And so every week when we got a new script, I was like, oh my goodness, like this is so sad, this poor girl. And I think that what makes it even more heartbreaking is the fact that she is such a beautiful, light, kind of like fairy magical creature. So to see her kind of suffering and kind of doing the one that got away, it's very sad for sure, for sure. It's I think though that's what a lot of fans are resonating with, especially when we know in the future that Evelyn does end up kind of recluse and alone, you know. So I'm just as intrigued to see where her journey goes. Like I'm following just like you guys.
Um,
I am now a fan of the show.
well, good. I mean, it is I've said it so many times, and it's true. It's a fantastic show, and it's definitely very unique. Even for like a Hallmark show, it's definitely a definitely unique show. But I think that's what's drawn so many people to it. Um, that goes into my next question, Devin. What's been your experience like on the show?
It's been amazing. It's been really, really beautiful. Everybody behind the scenes loves the show and are such big fans of it. So the show has a really big heart. Our writers do such a great job and have so much of their own stories also invest in this in little fragments and pieces. And I just feel like so many people like really put in their all, which feels amazing to be a part of something that is so well loved, like internally and then also externally through our fans. So I feel very grateful and very blessed.
Um, yes, like I said, definitely happy to have you on this show, and because you're essentially making a new character because we saw older Evelyn recluse and not much screen time, and now we have you as young Evelyn, so we get to see her come to life in a unique way.
Hmm.
So that's definitely amazing to see. What's been your process of finding your inner Evelyn?
Let me think here. I think every character that you step into is definitely like a fragment of your own being. So I think it's just about pulling up something inside of you that already exists and then just making it bigger and amplifying it. And she she is me in terms of I have a curiosity for life, and kind of the things that Evelyn's intrigued with, I also am as well. So I think that I needed to find like purity within myself to kind of play her. And that's a little bit what I went off of. I think also something that's interesting is that she is younger than I am. And so trying to find more of my like childhood qualities and remembering myself when I was younger kind of helped contribute to figuring out who Evelyn is, um, especially because we don't know much about her uh, in the present day. So I didn't really go much off of the current, like the present day Evelyn. I kind of just, I guess, it went off intuitively of like if I could picture someone, I don't know, it just kind of like, honestly, when I was reading it, it just kind of came off the page for me, and I just went, okay, she just needs to sit in like my inner child, if that makes sense.
It does.
And then kind of just playing around with that. And thinking about also like the 70s, like I used to watch a whole bunch of movies that took place in the 70s, and just remembering like kind of that era and knowing that a lot of women, it was kind of like a revolution, and a lot of women didn't really necessarily know who they were, but they were discovering themselves and discovering a lot of things. So there's definitely like a lot of curiosity and power and independence inside of Evelyn that I think is really beautiful, and it's something that also resonates with me. I don't know why I'm such a little free spirit and everything. I need to be so independent, but I just do, and so so that's what's in Evelyn as well, which is really sweet.
Yes, she definitely resonates with a lot of fans of the show and has become one of the favorite characters.
Mhm.
Like so, you've just done an amazing job, Devin, of bringing her to life, and we do appreciate it very much. Just to wrap up, Devin, what would you like to say to the fans of The Way Home?
I would like to just say that I'm so grateful that they love the show and they're so interactive. And I'm so impressed with like their dedication to try and figure out every little nook and cranny of the show and all the little Easter eggs. I find it really entertaining to sometimes read some fan theories, and through reading them, sometimes I'm like, oh my god, like that would be so smart. I wish that that happened. And I know the writers also read some of the fan theories as well, and they think the same thing. So I think that I'm very happy that everyone's so passionate about the show. So I guess I just want to say thanks, really. That's all.
Well, thank you very much, Devin, for sitting down and letting us interview you. And I hope to see more of your character if we get a fourth and fifth season, because I thought we were done with the 1800s, but we're not. So if we get a fourth season, I don't think we'll be done with the 70s. And I'd like to see more of you guys there.
I know. I hope so. That seems like the way that they do things. So we'll have to cross our fingers and wait and see. But that'll be so exciting.
Yes.
I'm
Well,
so excited for you to see the rest of the season because it's gonna get crazy. Yeah.
it's already there. I'm still
I
recovering
know.
from episode 6. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. Every single episode that we see, we're like, what the heck? They couldn't go crazier, and they always do. So definitely stay on your toes because it's about to get even more wild, which is awesome.